So in this video we're going to look at how to change a wheel using the standard tools and jack. So in the boot of the car, some of you may recognise the hay from the last video. Underneath the bottom is where we see our toolkit. That's what we're going to be using today for changing this wheel. So to get the toolkit out, it's quite simple. We just need to undo this all the way and then we can take the whole thing out. So once that's released, we can take out the toolkit and take it to the wheel. If we're changing the wheel as well, which we're not going to do today, we can take the actual spare tyre as well. So the first thing we want to do is loosen off some of these bolts before we even lift the car up in the air. So to do that, we're going to use the standard tool, which is the silver wrench here. Okay, so using the standard wrench, I'm going to start at the top and just release each one, going around clockwise, so I know which ones I've done. So hopefully you can hear me okay. It's a bit windy today. But the next thing is, if you've got a locking wheel nut, get your nut out and use that in the end of the wrench. So the first thing I'm going to do, start at the top, locate the locking wheel nut and just release it slightly so it's ready to go. And I'm just going to work around the others, leaving the locking wheel nut in place, just releasing them one at a time. And now it's ready to lift. With these jacks, the way they're stored, they're kind of half extended already. So when you first take them out, what you'll actually need to do, because it won't fit under the car, you'll need to actually lower it down and reduce it. So you do that just by hand turning this until it goes down low enough. So with the jack lowered down, obviously we need to put it underneath the car. Whereabouts do we put it underneath the car? Well, on these cars and most cars, you actually have a marker that shows you whereabouts you need to put it. You can put it in other places, but you get these markers front and back as well, just showing you whereabouts you should be putting the jack. You don't want to put the jack actually on this. This is only plastic skirt, so you don't want to put it on that. You actually want to put it on this seal here. So where the jack's got this line here, that's going to come up over that. So I'll get it up into position and we can just have a look at that as it's going to lift up. So I've lifted the jack up just enough so that we can see where it aligns to. So you can see hopefully where it catches in there and just falls onto the jack nicely like that. So for this video, I've just put a chock behind the back wheels just to stop the car rolling back. Make sure your handbrake's on good and strong as well if you're lifting the front, and obviously if you're lifting the back, make sure the handbrake's still on strong for changing the wheel, but obviously if you can, put a chock underneath the front wheel to stop the car moving. So with the wheel off the floor, we can now remove the nuts just with the standard wrench, one at a time. Just take it nice and easy. So if the wheel doesn't come off straight away with the last nut, just give it a little knock and it should come off. So if you'd had a blowout or you had a puncture or something, now's the time to get the spare tyre and put that on. Fortunately we don't, we're just doing this to show you how to do it. So I'm going to get our wheel and just put that straight back on now. Don't over tighten the nuts at this point, just put them on firmly so it's held against the hub. So now with the nuts just pinched in, holding the wheel firmly, we're going to lower it back down and then we can tighten them back up. So now with the wheel back on the floor, we're going to get our wrench and just tighten the nuts up so they're nice and tight. If we had a torque wrench, obviously we'll torque them up to the manufacturer's recommendations. I've not got one at the moment, so I'm going to do them up as tight as I can, pretty much as they felt before I take them off. So now with the wheel back on the floor and the nuts tightened up, just make sure that we tidy up, make sure you put all your bits and pieces away, make sure that your locking wheel nut goes back where it came from, you don't want to be losing that. If you chopped the wheels, make sure that you remove those as well. You can see where it has rolled back and moved the stone. But hopefully that's been useful. If you like the video, please like and subscribe down here somewhere, maybe up here. Yeah, look out for more videos coming up. Hopefully a bit more interesting in this, just how to change a wheel. Thanks very much.